First topic, packed place, Chicago, AEW, collision. I was about to say collusion. Collision, and I think CM Punk was the main thing that everyone was talking about. So we ask you, win, loss, or tie. Also, what do you think about CM Punk? And I find the future of AEW to be interesting because I wonder, there's moments where, like, you know, a company changes and it's like the end or it's going to skyrocket, but sometimes we just cheer for pure chaos. What did you think of Collision? You were on the buy and sell segment. You were very pro CM Punk.
Yeah, I still think CM Punk is a great wrestler at his core. Like, at his core, I think he's a great promo and wrestler. That said, we talked about it off air. I didn't love his promo. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Like you have more to say on it. I'll leave it for you because I think it was a mediocre promo. I think Collision as a whole, I'm gonna give it a tie because they had good wrestling, but the decision to run a trios match in the main event of each of your shows this week, featuring the two parties that are rumored to be brand split apart, is questionable, as well as the fact that you put Jay White in this match and everything, but I didn't feel like Jay White really got built up at all in this show. Like, give Jay White a microphone if you want him to get over. Like, what is this? Just give him a live mic for one time. So yeah, tied just because the wrestling was good. Otherwise, I didn't care for the show.
I just want to say, if you're pro CM Punk, you're going to be offended, so let me get that out of the way. He's the greatest human being to walk planet Earth. If you're anti-CM Punk, you're going to be offended, so he's the worst human being to ever walk this earth. There, we got that out of the way. I thought, even though it was a six-man tag, and there's no way there should be a huge announcement for six-man tags. It's been like 3 weeks, and I can't let it go. Like, I call Sid about other businesses that we run, and you're like, did this motherfucker make a huge announcement of a six-man tag? And Sid's like, dude, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Let it go. You're like, let it go. I can't. I thought he was pretty crisp in the ring, though. I was expecting a slower, old man version of CM Punk. Now, granted, it is a six-man tag. There's a lot of movement parts, but the parts that he were in, he was pretty smooth. I honestly think he looked better in that ring that night than he did when he was champion. What do you think about in-ring wise?
He looked healthy, and like you said, Chris, he performed as I expected. He's CM Punk. He's still one of the greats.
See, I was going in a little negative. I thought for what I thought he was going to perform as, I was impressed with in-ring performance. Now, granted, it is a six-man tag. You will be exposed one-on-one. So, you know, let's hold judgments till there's more matches. Tell me when you're telling lies. It might be... Or tell me when I'm telling lies. Is that what he said? Is that the saying?
Tell me when I'm lying.
Tell me when I'm lying. It might be the next Steve Austin what? But it can really fucking backfire. And this is it. Let me give you an example. I am a fat fucking loser. I'm going to cut a promo, CM Punk style, and then you'll realize when it backfires. All right? Hey, CM Punk, you beat a woman so you wouldn't have to train her. Tell me when I'm lying. You looked the other way when RF did unforgivable things. Tell me when I'm lying. You backed down from a fan in a fight. Tell me when I'm lying. You know, it could just go on forever. It could be the new what. I'm just saying that catchphrase can really blow up in your face. You know, you can go on all day with CM Punk, so it's not that fucking hard. It's like, hey, the Elite, you know, you hate the Elite. All right. If the Elite doesn't exist, there is no AEW. If CM Punk doesn't exist, it's last week. Tell me when I'm lying. It could be really, really bad. And let me tell you something. I love CM Punk more than a straight man. I am very anti-calling out fans. I'm sorry. You are the worst fucking person to go fight people in a crowd. Tell me when I'm lying. You literally went to Tampa and backed down. Tell me when I'm lying. I just think the tough guy persona doesn't work with you. Go ahead.
I want to point out, I will say in regards to the whole, I googled it by the way. It is tell me when I'm telling lies.
All right.
But here's my thing. Bobby Fish has been getting memed since he said it. For when Bobby Fish did the "Where's the Lie" promo, this is exactly the same. He copied Bobby Fish's "Where's the Lie" and just changed the words.
Yeah.
It's blatantly the exact same line. So to keep reusing it where he clearly wants it to be his catchphrase from the promo, when I heard Bobby Fish say "Where's the lie" is his, and it's been memed to death, I don't know. It immediately saps all the originality out of the promo.
Yeah, yeah. And on top of that, I know this is gonna sound weird, but the Elite doing nothing makes CM Punk. Now, there's gonna be people that rub their nipples no matter what. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I love CM Punk. I love WWE. He's the draw. Rubbing my nipples." Those guys are gonna love you no matter what. You can literally get knocked out and pooped on by a fat fucking fan, and they're still gonna rub their nipples for you. So let's take those guys out of it and go with some thinkers here. All the Elite has to do is not mention him, and he becomes what he hates. Because if Kenny Omega, the Elite, Adam Page, if none of these guys mention him, he's fucked because he's the corporate stooge. He's the corporate stooge if no, they don't mess him. You know, if the Elite keep their fucking mouth shut, you are protected. You've become the corporate stooge that you hate. You were about to say something, sir?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, so
That it makes it look real bad for him to still be going after them if they aren't going after him. If they don't react at all, it doesn't even, for me, it doesn't even mean he's protected. It could just mean that they're trying to ignore it and let it go, and he's being petty because they won't resolve it on his terms.
And here's the thing. No matter, I think if you're pro CM Punk, pro Elite, you think the other side is petty. But if you big brain, like a raccoon, you know both sides are being petty. And here's the thing. Me and Sid, we have a real strong agreement on we're tired of shoot fabe. When you're shooting, but it's kayfabe and there's a blur. Because if the match never happens, and I agree with Vince. Vince always said you can't call someone out if the match is never going to happen. If the match is never going to happen, they kind of look like fucking idiots on every avenue, every way you look at it.
Because but you're basically just shitting on another person in your own company with no payoff in sight. It's just all negative.
Yeah, so I have no idea. I just don't think, because the promo came off cool, like, oh man, that's awesome. But it's definitely a promo you can turn quickly. You could turn it so fucking quickly on him. And it's just like, he did not think this through. He did not think this promo through. But then again, like, the only way this promo works is if he's protected. Because here's the thing. How did anyone not mention ESPN? No, because the thing is, the first thing I thought when Samoa Joe chopped him so hard, if I was the announcer, I'd say Samoa Joe chopped him so hard he's gonna go cry to ESPN. There's no fucking way him crying about fucking the Elite on ESPN. There's no way, if you guys are not protected, that you don't make fun of that. There's no way Kevin Kelly, there's no, like, here's the thing, like, anyone. That interview for ESPN did him no favors. Absolutely no favors. And now he's going to go fucking fight fans? Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I'd like to see the outcome of it on being the Elite next week to see if they reference it at all.
I don't know. I mean, if you're them, do you? I don't know.
On being the Elite, yeah, probably. Being the Elite is where they get away with most of their shit that they do.
But the thing is, they have the sense of humor that they'd probably make fun of themselves. I think that's what they're going to go with, you know? So
yeah, that's usually the case.
Yeah. But...
Oh, I will say one other thing. Well, two other comments on Collision as a whole. I really liked the theme song. I thought the theme song was awesome.
It was very different.
Yeah, I didn't expect it, but it was fun, so I like it. Um, the other thought is there was a moment I didn't like. I'm pretty sure it was on Collision. It was Luchasaurus wins the championship and doesn't get to hold the belt at all because Christian takes it and immediately starts leaving with it. And I get Christian's a super heel and everything, but like give the wrestler who just won a championship for the first time in the company, give him at least like a second holding his hand up in the air with the title. Like fuck. At least give him that moment as the wrestler himself.
I don't know. I thought it was so shitty. It was great. Like, it was just so shitty.
It's such a shit heel move, but I think outside of wrestling, like you should have given him like a second where you, even if it's just Edge holding his hand up while he holds the title.
You mean Christian? Jesus, you're a Canadianist. You're a Canadianist.
Those two blend together for me. Both of them are putting themselves over when they shouldn't be.
You're a tag teamist. They are, dude. They
actually. Actually, to be fair, I will say Christian is doing it less so, but he's still pretty fucking guilty of it.
Yeah, I always like being older. There's something that happens in pro wrestling and education. A teacher or a young wrestler say, "This is bullshit. When I get old, I'm going to change the system and make sure it's right." And when that teacher or pro wrestler gets older, they do exactly what the shitheads did to them. It's like a coming of age thing. Like and I'm sure there's other occupations, but I really noticed it in teaching, and I really noticed it in pro wrestling. Like you meet young Edge and Christian, and I've met them before when they were very young because I'm old. And they'd be like, I hate guys holding us down. It fucking sucks. They get a little bit of power, like, listen, you got to put me over. It's like, they never pass the torch the right way, you know?
Well,
Never.
I mean, Edge openly says he wants a final title run to end his career, that he wants to retire when he loses the belt the next time. And it's like, bro, how fucking shit is that? This man wants a full title reign at this point in his career? Come on, man.
Yeah. To be young and idealistic, just to be crushed and be what you hated. That's pro wrestling at its finest. That's pro wrestling at its finest. I'm a young guy. I'm going to change the business forever. I'm an old guy. Fuck that. I'm going to fucking go into business for myself. So, CM Punk, welcome back. People have extreme views on you, and all I care about is good matches. If you have good matches, sure. You know, if I have good matches, I'm cool. But if you guys are going to cut promos and be fucking... it's like, literally, they are arguing on the internet. Like, it's really hard for me to argue on the internet. Like, if I'm mad at you, I'm like, I'm just never going to talk about you again. Because, let's say me and Sid, we, like, got into a legit fight. He lives in Boston, fuck all. I don't know, somewhere in Boston. Maybe not even in Boston, but the Boston area. He lives in the northeast of America. I live in Yokohama.
Damn, I got exposed like this out of nowhere.
Sorry, man. Now they fucking know you live in the northeast. You're like, God damn.
Yeah, I like how you're saying the northeast now as if you didn't hyper narrow it already.
But I'm just saying, like, if we got, like, legit mad, we could never fight. You are seeing that patheticness. They are Twitter commenters. They are YouTube commenters. The worst kind that are like, oh, like, I don't know. Maybe it's because, like, I've been on media, but, like, oh, are you going to fight? Like, the odds of us ever being in the same place at the same time are so fucking slim. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want to see the Twitter section. I don't want to see the Twitter comments, YouTube comments, the nastiest of the nasty comments on the internet as a form of entertainment on AEW. If it's not going to lead to a match, it's like, okay. You know, it's like, you've become an internet troll, except sadly you're doing it in person, which makes it every party involved even extra pathetic.
The combination of the article with the promo he cut does overall have a souring effect to me. So we'll see. But it wasn't a great first impression of his return in that regard. In ring, it was a great first impression of his return, though.
Yeah. And hopefully Tony Khan fixes it. Hopefully the creative team fixes it. But I don't know. To me, this is like, you're seeing them put tons of gasoline on a tiny boat, and you're like, I like that little boat. And they're just putting more and more gasoline, and the boat is sinking. And then you're like, when are they going to like the match? It's just... So, CM Punk. We just want good matches. It's simple. That's it. All right.